Sports, I'm Megan Shepard. Two major local and national track meets are just days away, and track and field coaches on Grand Bahama say their athletes are not being given the opportunity to train. Coaches are up in arms, saying they have been locked out from the Grand Bahama Sports Complex, and they believe this could only have a negative impact on the athletes. Track coach Nikito Johnson says that he finds it to be very unfair that the students are not allowed to train on the official sports complex track, as the island sports competition are only days away. He says the students are now being forced to practice on a grass track, which puts them at a disadvantage.
The kids of Grand Bahama are faced with having to train on this grass today with no preparations or final work in on the stadium, because for some strange reason the track has been closed until March 12th. And not only that, it only seems like a privileged few get to work out over there. And I think that is very distasteful. Adding that we're about to host the meet, and there's no proper high jump bed, and the only excuse that you can get is the bed was left out during the hurricanes 8 years ago and nobody has never replaced the beds. A few of the hurdles are missing, no proper equipment. I mean, it's really sad.
Johnson adds that Carifta trials are quickly approaching and the students still have to prepare for that meet. Now, Sandra Lang, assistant Carifta coach, says she has been bombarded by calls and visits from several coaches regarding the facilities, but has yet to receive any answers.
I in turn would have called the Ministry of Youth and Sports office, called here on premises. Didn't get much of a positive response from the management here. So I in turn called the office, who in turn referred me to New Providence. Then called the director, Tim Munnings, who I've not been able to reach. Also sent him an email, still have not gotten any response up until this time. And so, we, like Nikito said, we just want a fair opportunity for the kids to compete and have the same advantages of all the kids in New Providence.
Lang says the track has been closed for several days, and she finds it strange that it appears to only be closed to certain individuals.
In addition to that, I came out on Friday expecting to have relay exchanges, and find the track was closed. No notice was given. There's no reason why the track need to be closed a whole week in advance island sports. Like they said to me today, maybe you don't know anything about running a meet. And I said to him, it only takes 2 days to prepare a track for the running of a meet. And so, while we're still appealing for the use of the facility tomorrow so that we can have our final relay exchanges, the lanes on the grass here, as you can see, is not even marked out. There are no exchange zones on this grass track. So how are you forcing us to be over here? And if the track is going to be closed, it should be closed to all, not just to some.
A sign at the entrance of the Grand Bahama Sports Complex reads, "The track is closed until March 12, 2013, and it is signed by management." Now, we contacted the Assistant Director of Sports on Grand Bahama, Gladstone Moon McPhee, but he declined to comment on the controversy. The Grand Bahama Darts Association completing week 19 of play. The Victoria in Warriors over the Q Corporate Rebels 8-3. Strongback eliminated the Chances Tigers 8-3. The Ruby Swiss Kings 7. The 9-Ball Sharks 4. The Boys on the Rock clobbered the Jabara Stingers 9-2. The Racketeers of Grand Bahama Tennis and Squash Nip Cubers on the base 6-5. The Zorba Destroyers held off Cleveland Beach 6-5. On the high scoreboard this week is Al Pelicanos with a 180 and Anishka Maycock a 156. Peter Duncombe 68 and Althea Barros 50, they were the high finish. Mike Edwards threw 20 darts, Anishka Maycock 27 darts. The Grand Bahama Basketball Association, with 2 games played last night, the Reach Out Ministries defeated the Sports Insiders Rockets 54-51. Keena Russell and LeVar Russell both with 14 points in the win. Robert Joseph 16 in the loss. The College of the Bahamas 54, Cabanzas 52, Anato Adderley led COB with 22, Ricardo Seville with 21 in the loss. And that was your check on sports tonight, but don't go away, those special guests up next.